sexy for my love. Too sexy for my love. Love's going to leave me. What's happening? Little Right Said Fred for you. Intro of the show. Welcome to your Vape at 5. I am your host. I am BlackCat. Today, I have something a little special for you guys. Leah, Louisiana. Something very special. I'm going to be doing a review of the Axial RDA by Mass Mods and Unicorn Vapes. We're going to take a look at this little 23 millimeter RDA. Spent about a week using it. I started using it last week on Wednesday, so today would be a week. I tried a couple different things with it, and you'll see, I'll tell you, as I'm showing you the RDA, I'll kind of tell you what I tried, and I had a good experience with it. There was a little things with it in the beginning that I had to overcome and figure out, but all in all, really enjoyed using it. The appearance of it really blew me away, and if you take a closer look, and I'll show you more on the down low, it's a stunning little RDA. Really is. I find it very aesthetically pleasing. Again, there's nothing on it. There's not a whole lot to it, but it is more my style, and it actually looks a little more high-end to me than the price tag would allude it to be. It's priced around $40, so you can pick one of these up for $40. I paid for this for the purposes of this review. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take it down to the table here. I'll show you what you get in the bag, show you the RDA, and then I'll bring you back up top. We'll talk about it a little bit. I'll give you my pros and cons, and then we'll get out of here. So let's go down. We're going downtown. Downtown Chinatown. Here we go. All right. Here is the packaging that you will receive when you get your Mass Mods and Unicorn Vape Axial RDA. Let me get that focused in for you guys so nobody gets a headache. There we go. All right, comes in this nice little velvet package here. Very nice touch. Again, kind of some of the other RDAs that come like Goon, and I believe Armageddon comes in things like this. And here you're going to get several different little packages, and one big surprise. One thing you're going to get with this RDA is a beauty ring, and it is a 25 millimeter beauty ring. The RDA is 23 millimeter. Absolutely gorgeous though, and a really nice surprise to get for a $40 RDA. I'm going to take it out of here and show it to you guys. Machining on it is gorgeous, but typically these are about $19.99 all the way up to $39.99, and for them to provide it with the RDA, I did not clean this, so any dirt you see on it would be from the manufacturer, but it's fairly clean. It is a fingerprint magnet, so just kind of ignore that as well. But a nice little touch, man. For a $40 RDA to provide a beauty ring, especially one as nice as this, that's really, really nice. The original 810 drip tip wide bore, obviously, that comes with it is also stainless steel. Really, really nicely done. Again, nice and clean. Machining on it is really pretty. So when you dress it all up with that drip tip, and the beauty ring, it is just all stainless steel. So that's what it looks like when you do all stainless steel. I decided to go with the Delrin drip tip just for my own preference, but it is a nice option if that's what you're looking for. So you get those two, and then you get your bag of goodies. A couple things to mention here. You get a 510 drip tip adapter, and you also get a solid copper 510 pin. That pin, actually, I took out and replaced it with the squonking pin. Right there, and I'll show you that as well when I show you the RDA. So that's what comes with the RDA. Nice little extras there that I really liked. Let's go ahead and take this off of here, and I'll show you the cap. So here we go. Delrin drip tip wide bore, standard with it. Take that off here. On the top here, it says Unicorn Vapes. And that's what I had some trouble with, if it's Unicorn Vapes Incorporated or Unicorn Vapes, but I'll just go with Unicorn Vapes Incorporated. A little bit of fingernails on there. This piece actually comes out, and this will be your airflow control. You have two different options with your airflow control. First, it is open. You're not going to be able to shut it down to one side for a single coil airflow, but you really don't need it, and I'll show you why. Big beefy O-ring here, O-ring inside of here for your drip tip. Very nicely done. Machining on it, again, is very nice. Excuse the fingerprints, but there's really hard not to get a bunch of fingerprints on here. There's the inside contoured on the top there. First, you have the option to have 3 2x2 millimeter holes on either side, and you can close those down just by turning it, and I'll show you that as well when I put it back in the cap. Or you can go with a more open Cyclops style airflow, which is 2x10 millimeters. So this is actually quite a bit of airflow, especially if you run it in a single coil configuration, which is how I ran it. I ran it in single and dual, and I actually found that I like the single coil a lot better than the dual coil. And I'll show you how I ended up getting the best vape from it. And then again, you have these 2x2 millimeter holes. So that is your top. Here's your barrel. There's your opening there. Matches the larger Cyclops style airflow. And again, just real simple look to it. Look at the machining on it there. Just absolutely gorgeous. No flaws on it at all. The barrel, once it's on the deck, it locks in, so you're not able to move it. So when you see the airflow on here, it actually will cut the airflow so the airflow won't be centered. And that was one thing I noticed pretty much immediately on here. So when I turn the airflow here, I can't turn the cap to have that portion match my coil. So basically you're gonna be offsetting your air. In a way though, it isn't really bother me that much because this side mirrors that. So your airflow kind of comes in at an angle this way, but then you have it coming in at an angle this. How can I do that? You guys know what I mean. One this way and one this way. So they're kind of contradicting each other, I guess you could say. I hope you understand that explanation, but that's about the best that I got. Here is the deck. So very similar to the Rebirth style deck. You have two posts. It is a drop style insert. You can fit two coils in here super easy. Those post holes are huge. They're 8 millimeters by 2 millimeters. So you have two very large post holes here. You could easily fit you could even put 3 coils in here if you wanted. I don't know why you would though. It's only 23 millimeter RDA with a fairly thick wall, so the chamber is pretty condensed down. To me, it screams single coil. Even though I did try it in dual coil, it just didn't work for me in dual coil. I did read several reviews that people saying they had a fantastic vape in dual coil. I didn't spend enough time really working it out. I just switched over to single, and I enjoyed it that way. Got in the deck here, it is cut out so that you can fit a screwdriver in there. You have flathead screws, nice and beefy post screws there. The deck screws are, perfect. If you look how deep that Phillips head is cut in there, just really, attention to detail, really, really nicely done. The squonking action comes out from the bottom there. One thing about this thing squonking that I really liked is that it does not leave juice in the juice well, even though the juice well is very deep, which you need because you're gonna have your wick is gonna be fairly long. It's almost like the dead rabbit, how long your wick is going to be. It's going to sit down in these juice wells, but when you do squonk, if you do squonk all the way to the top, it does not leave any in there to pull it all right back down in, so it has good release back down into the bottle. I thought was really nice. Double O-ring around the top here, keeps your cap on. I didn't notice it being too tight or too loose, really just fit on there nice and perfectly. You can pull it off. This is one of the few RDAs that I can actually put on like this and then pull it out. So it has a really nice feel to it. Watch me lie. But you can pull it out really nicely, so not too tight, which is something that drives me absolutely nuts. And on the bottom here, I really like this engraving on the bottom. Let me give you a nice picture of that. Got your Unicorn Vapes Incorporated. Got your serial number. Mine is 2149. Got a picture of a unicorn. Then you got 2 unicorn wings on here. And then on the bottom here, it's a little hard to see, but that says designed by Mass Mods. So I don't know if Mass Mods actually designed it and Unicorn produced it, or vice versa, or if they collabed on it, or what they did. But they certainly took their time in designing this and certainly took their time in the production side of this. Even though it was produced in China, it's one of the nicest RDAs I've seen from China, honestly. It's very, very well done. And I think it certainly fits in that $40 price range. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to wick this up real quick. I'm going to bring you up just a little bit. And I'm going to turn my autofocus on, see if I can get that to work. And we're going to put a build in it. Now, I ran a single coil build in this. A lot of people, as I mentioned before, I had a lot of people tell me they used dual coil and they really, really liked it. I wasn't a big fan of that. I thought the single coil option was much better. I'll tell you this though, when I first vaped it with the single coil configuration, I vaped it a little bit too hot. And when I found when I dropped it down to about 70 watts and really took a long vape off of it, long cooler vape, that I got the best flavor from it. So that will be something, and again, that will be something that you're going to have to toy with. Installing dual coils on this, though, is really, really simple, guys. If you've ever installed anything on the Rebirth, then you are all set to do that. You would just put them side by side, and then, of course, you would clip them. Now, I clipped it at 6 millimeters. That is how long I left my coil legs, and you can see there how high mine sits up. So you can see that there. Sits up fairly high. I think you could probably go 6.5, maybe 7. I would like it a little bit higher, and I'm going to show you why. So see, that's in focus. It is. So here's your airflow. If this is sitting, your airflow is sitting on here. That's what it looks like. And your airflow is slightly below your coil. But I'll be honest with you, I wish it was down a little bit further, maybe down about like that, so that it was more of a bottom flow air. One thing about it though, with it being a side airflow, is you don't have to worry about it leaking at all. But the drawback from that is I just don't think the flavor is as good. So I would have really liked if the airflow would have been just a little bit lower. Maybe even take this and just completely move it down 1 block. And I think that would have been better for flavor, in my opinion. Of course, I am a bottom airflow guy. Also, I like honeycomb airflow, and this doesn't act as honeycomb airflow, really, even though it is, I guess, by definition, kind of honey flow, I guess. It doesn't really act like that. It's a tighter draw, and honestly, it's a little bit too tight for me, even with single coil. And I stuck with this airflow, and I vaped it about like that. So you can see there how much I had it closed. All right, let's go ahead and wick this thing up. Enough of me talking. I'm going to be using some holy fiber, which I have not been able to get away with this, or get away from this forever. I have been stuck on this holy fiber since Clint sent it to me, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I'm going to need to leave the wick fairly long. Let's see if that might be too much. Let me pull a little bit more off of that. All right, that's perfect. So we're going to roll this up. We got to leave the wick long enough where it gets down in those juice wells. And there we go. All right. Put that away. And we'll comb it out a bit. And we'll cut it. Well, let's cut it first. So I needed about like that, and then we'll comb it out some, and it'll probably be about the right length, like that. So you'll see how long I left those. I'm trying to move it in just a bit more. Let me focus this in just a touch. There we go. So you'll see I left the wicks on it pretty long. I'm just gonna comb this out a bit. You know, a lot of people comb it out because they want all the cotton going the same. I honestly comb it out because I like to thin the cotton out a little bit. I feel like it absorbs better if the cotton's a little bit thinner on the place where it's actually pulling up the juice. And that just works better for me. There we go. And to wick it, super easy. Let me grab my... Just going to grab it here, pull it down, and drop it in. There we go. I'm going to wet it down just a little bit to get it to stay, and that's it. It's wicked. Same on this side here. Just pull it, push it right down in the groove here. So kind of a Pharaoh style wick. You got one going one way, one going the other. I don't like it sitting too long into the juice well, so I try to get it where it just barely touches the juice well. And this part here that's sticking up, when I actually do wet that down, I'm going to be using some Turkish blend, which you guys know I absolutely love. Once you wet it down a bit, it'll sit down in that juice well a little better. I just like it barely touching the well. No, and this coil was already used, so if you're worrying about me why I didn't burn it in, I did not have to. This is a reused coil. This is actually a coil that Clint Johnson made for me. He's probably in the chat, I would guess. I like how this looks once it's wicked. As as much as that doesn't mean anything, I think it looks really nice wicked. Kind of sitting in there with the cotton sitting in there kind of Pharaoh style. You see how high up I have the coil. Trying to get it up really as high as I can. Again, I probably could have ran it a little bit higher than that. I cut it at 6 millimeters. I think you could really, I'd like to try 7. I'd like to try 7 millimeters and bring it up even higher. And I think with that, as long as you're vaping it at a lower wattage, you're not going to burn your face off. And I think that would even intensify the flavor a little bit more. I will say this, I was constantly looking to improve the flavor on this. I never really hit the full flavor potential. And I think that, I'm not saying it's not there, but in 1 week of trying different builds and trying different wattages, I never really found the actual sweet spot on this RDA that I think a lot of other people have. And so I got a nice fiery little stainless steel. I love single coil stainless steel. So let me show you how this thing squonks. Let's bring this down and I'm going to focus you in. And I want to show you what I'm talking about when I say how well it pulls the juice back. So you fill this up here. That filled it all the way to the top and it just pulls it right back down in there. Leaves a perfect amount in the juice well. I really like how the pullback action on this RDA works. And of course with, that's also part of using a good squonk bottle, which the topside dual is. All right, let's bring it back up top and I will give you a little rundown in my feelings on the Axial RDA. All right, let's take a couple vapes off of it. Let's see here. I got a little bit hotter than I want it. I love a single coil stainless steel vape. I absolutely love it. I think this one's coming in at 0.14, so it's still pretty low, but I was vaping it at 70 watts, and I'll tell you, man, I'm getting a phenomenal vape from that level. At first, I had it about 100, and it was just too hot. It just wasn't, and it just wasn't good and flavorful. Really smooth airflow. Nice and quiet. It's not loud at all. Even when you're using the 2 millimeter, the 3.2 millimeter hole airflow, it's still nice and quiet. So the Axial RDA, I was really excited to try this. It's a 23 millimeter RDA, which is it's an interesting size. Majority are 22, 24, 25. Now you got 27, 28. But really don't hear many that are 23 millimeters. So I was really, really excited to give this a try and see how I liked it. When I first got the RDA, I was like, well, this has got to be a dual coil RDA with the size of the post holes. I was like, I was kind of confused. I was like, well, 23 millimeter, I would think it'd be more of a single coil. But I saw how big the chamber was and I saw how big the post holes were. And I was like, nah, this is a dual coil RDA. So I went ahead and tried it dual. For me, dual did not work. I didn't really get good flavor from it. I found it to be a little bit too hot for my vaping style, and for the wattage that I wanted to put through it at the ohm level I was at, it just wasn't giving me the flavor. So I switched it over, and I had Nichrome 80 duals in here. I took those out. I was vaping it at about 0.09, and I raised it up to a 0.14 with this one stainless steel coil with a 0.3, a 3 millimeter ID. One thing I will say, you could easily go 3.5. Easily 3.5 and probably 4 millimeter. Although I don't vape 4 millimeter coils, but you could put a 4 millimeter coil in here. And I wonder if it'd be better. I don't know. I didn't try it, but that may be one way to make it a better vape on the single coil. So I stuck with a 3 millimeter ID 4-wrap, which I love. 4-wrap stainless steel, 3-core aliens. That is what I vape and single coil. When I first started vaping it, I had it in dripping mode, and I really was getting a nice, flavorful vape. I think it really shines in dripping mode, which is maybe something kind of interesting to me. That's a 23 millimeter, where I see 22, 23 more squonking atomizers nowadays, and it being more of, and so I was getting such a good dripping experience with it because the chamber's open and you get nice heat on it, and it was really, really nice. But then I switched it over to squonking mode, and in a single coil squonking mode, I didn't really have as best of an experience as I thought I was going to. I felt like it took away from it. And I feel like when you drip on it and you get the juice right on top of the coil and you get a little bit of moisture on top, so when you vape it, you get a little bit of a moist vape, it really, really worked. When you went to squonking mode exclusively, it became a little bit too dry for me. Even though I was getting decent flavor, the vape still felt a little bit dry. And it's because of the wicking action on it. It takes a while for that juice to get up to the coil and to fully saturate that coil. And it's a little airy with the single coil because you have a fairly large chamber. side airflow, which I'm not a big fan of. And just it felt like it took away a little bit of the flavor in that vaping aspect. So let's look at the pros and cons of this RDA. I'm going to start out with the pros. The juice return I mentioned is absolutely fantastic. You can't overdrip this thing. It does not leak. It does not leak. It's side airflow, so you're going to think, well, it's probably not going to leak. The side airflow is up high enough that it's not going to leak. I did not have any leaking problems with this RDA at all. The look of it. The look and the quality of the design is absolutely flawless. At the $40 range, with the beauty ring that they give you as well, that's a huge pro. So you get a stainless steel beauty ring, which I'm telling you, these things are like $19 all the way up to like $39. And you get a stainless steel drip tip. Both of them are flawless as far as the machining on them. Really, really well done. And for $40, I don't think you can beat that. I think for the money, as far as the RDA itself, it's really up there and one of the top as far as the value versus what you get. Another pro to this RDA is it looks like they looked at everything and made everything that they could in the aesthetics of it, in the machining of it, and the extras. They checked all the boxes. They really made sure that the product that they put on the market really checked the boxes of the things that the consumer would be concerned with. And I felt like they took a lot of feedback maybe from other RDAs and from other producers and other things that they had heard from other reviewers, and they took those into account. They made sure they checked all the boxes. That's the way it felt to me. Single or dual coil. That's another thing I really like about the Rebirth, and that this one also does, is that it can give you a single or dual coil option. A lot of people loved it in dual coil. I didn't. I liked it better in the single coil option, but you have it, and you could do anything you want. You could put 3 coils in if you wanted to. I don't know why you would, but you could. There's enough room in those. That's 2 by 10 millimeter post holes. So 2 by 8 millimeter post holes. You can put any coils in this you want, which is really, really nice option. And the simplicity of it. The simplicity of it, this is an RDA that anybody can use. If this is your first RDA, you're doing good. As long as you know how long to cut the lead length, you're going to want to be at about 6 millimeters, between 6 and 7, I would say. At first, I would thought it would be more like 5 to 6, but after using it, I think you could probably go 6 to 7 millimeters as far as your post length or your lead length. That would be the only thing you would really have to worry about. Everything else on it is self-explanatory. And dropping the coils in there and installing them, you saw how easy that was, how easy it is to wick, how easy it is to put everything. Everything about it really screams simplicity. Negatives on it. So I did mention the machining on it is fantastic. The design on it is beautiful. Paying attention to all the details. The performance side of it for me was not as great as I expected. In squonk mode, I don't like it. I just don't. And I think that, no, I shouldn't say that. It's a good vape in squonk mode, but it's not great. And compared to some of the other RDA squonking atomizers I've used, it doesn't really hold up against them. Now, in dripping mode, it's a good RDA in dripping mode. It really is. And you get better flavor from the dripping when you drip it. It has a really deep juice well, so you don't have to worry about, if your mech falls over or whatever. I don't know if you have a 23 millimeter deck, but if you have a 25 millimeter deck, you can use this with the beauty ring, and it'll look really, really, really nice, especially if it's a stainless steel tube. It'll look really, really nice. So I think that the actual functionality of it, as far as the flavor and all that, is lacking a little bit, but it's much better in drip mode, and it's certainly one that you can use. The airflow. The airflow, I think, is the last con I'm really going to talk about. And the airflow on it, I don't like side airflow. I don't like open side airflow, and that's how I vaped it, because I felt like the 3 2-millimeter holes were just too restrictive, and it just didn't give me enough air that I wanted. So I had to open it up to the side, the larger airflow. And it was just too much. And I tried to dial it in. I never really found the sweet spot on it, and I worked on it. I really, really worked on it to try to find that sweet where it was really giving me great flavor with a great feel from the airflow. Although the airflow is really, really nice and smooth. I would have really liked to see them drop that airflow down just a little bit more. Maybe not made it as tall, and I think it would have been probably a little bit more enjoyable vape for me, but that's all speculation, and obviously I don't know. Now, if I'm going to rate this RDA on a scale of poor, meaning it will hurt you, all the way up to excellent, meaning you can't live without it, it's a good RDA. It's a good RDA. At the price point of $40, I'm telling you, man, at the price point of $40, it's a really hard one to pass up. It really, really, really is. The look of it, if you're really somebody who likes to have an aesthetically pleasing matching setup, this comes in gold, black, and stainless steel. If one of your concerns is to keep everything nice and aesthetically pleasing on your mod, you're matching everything up, this is really one you should pick up because it looks really, really, really nice. And with the beauty ring on it, it's a no-brainer. So that's what I'm thinking. You can pick this up pretty much anywhere. I got mine from Element Vapes. Again, it was like $39.99. You know, maybe there's some holiday over the 4th of July or something like that. You could probably get it for like maybe $35 or $32 with some of the holidays that are coming up. And I would really suggest if you're looking for something, an RDA, something that looks really, really nice with some of your higher end art mods that you don't want to go out and spend an arm and a leg for, this would probably be the one that would fit into that range. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to go ahead and move into I think we got a giveaway today. We have a giveaway today. I didn't mention it, but we do. We have a giveaway for a set of coils from our featured builder, Mr. GTSC Mustang, and I think we're gonna get a bottle of cat whiskers today. Some lucky SOB is going to win all that. How is everybody doing? Thanks for showing up, guys, watching the review. Let me go to participants, and I will say hi to everybody. Addy Tooney, what's up, Addy? How you doing, man? Great to see you, sir. So super glad you are here. Anarchy Coil, what's up, Anarchy? How you doing, man? Great to see you, sir. Glad you are here. Big Al, what's up, Al? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Big Red, what's up, Big Red? How you doing, man? Great to see you, sir. I am really happy you are here. BlackCat Whiteface Vapes, that's me. I'm a review in full. I review things. That's what I do. I don't know what my next review is going to be. I have several things that I'm going to do. I don't know if I want to do the 502. I don't know if I want to review it or not. It'd be a complex review because there's a lot to it. I love it. I'll tell you this. I really like the vape off of it a lot. And I really, really, when I say I like the look of the RDA, I absolutely love the look of the RDA. I love it. It is one of the best looking RDAs I've ever used. I think it is sexy as fuck. And it's just, I don't know. It's just something about it to me. I just absolutely love the look of this RDA. The squonking function on it is fantastic, but I don't know if I'm going to review it. It's a complex review. There's a lot to it. I want to make sure I could do it justice if I do review it. So I may skip that one, and then I have a couple. I have the 25 mini Asgard coming. Asgard, guarding asses. I have that coming to do. And I have a couple other ones sitting over there. Plus, Asmodus is sending me a bunch of stuff, which is supposed to, I don't know when it's getting here. I thought it was coming from, like, California, but apparently it's coming from China. Because they told me they were sending it over a week ago. I haven't gotten here yet. So anyway, that's what's going on with me. Brian Feeney, what's up, Brian? How you doing, man? Great to see you, sir. Glad you are here. Charles McLaren, the Baron. How you doing, Charles? Great to see you. Darkside Coils. Great to see you, man. Super glad you are here. Dave Monteferro. What's up, Dave? How you doing, man? Dave Monteferro. Is that how you say it? Monteferro? If it is, I'm fucking impressed with myself. I'll tell you that right now. Dustin Kendall. What's up, Kendall? How you doing, brother? Great to see you, man. Glad you are here. Frank Einstein. What's up, Frankie? How you doing, brother? Great to see you, man. Jay Dodd. What's up, Jade? How you doing, honey? Great to see you. Glad you are here. Mr. Jeff Lawson. Good to see you, Jeff. Glad you are here, sir. Thank you for joining. Lady Louisiana. What's up, lady? How you doing, honey? Great to see you. Super glad you are here. Mr. Pebble, my Bebble. What's up, Mr. Pebble? How you doing, dude? Good to see you. Glad you are here. Randy Huffkins. Good to see you, Randy. Glad you are here, sir. Todd Black. What's up, Todd? How you doing, man? Great to see you, buddy. I'm glad you're here. Tracy. What's up, Tracy? How you doing? Great to see you. Tyler Rose. That's Axl Rose's brother. Tyler Rose. He sang the backup vocals to Welcome to the Jungle. I don't know if you knew that. He's in the video. If you look really, really hard, standing behind the drummer, it's Tyler. He's back there with the microphone singing with Axl. Good to see you, Tyler. Glad you're here, man. And Who Smokes Fruit? What is up, Mrs. C? Great to see you, honey. Super glad you are here. Thanks, everybody, for joining. Darkside, Fabian, Tommy Vapors. Good to see you. Clowny Vapes. What's up, Clowny? How you doing, man? Good to see you. See if I Kip Drippers. What's up, Kip? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Scott, check your title. What does the title say? Oh, lordy, lordy. I didn't change it. I'm going to change it right now. Son of a gun. I forgot to change the damn title. Did I change the picture? Was the picture changed? No, I think I changed it. They didn't save it. There's been some weird stuff going on with YouTube. So let's delete that. Axial. RDA. But I'm doing this live. I'm just doing it live. Do it live! Fuck it. By Mass Mod and Unicorn Vapes INC. Oops, I better spell Vapes right. Vapes. Thank you, Tyler, for that. INC. And this would be Vape at 5. I think what number Vape at 5 is this? Like 290? Something like that? I don't know. 5, number 2. Let's just 287. Let's just say 287. Okay, if it's 287, it's 287. All right, there we go. It's changed. It's fixed now. Yeah, I changed it. Oh, you're welcome, Addy. Thank you, Addy. All right, 2 years sober. Pretty happy about that, man. Today's the day. Yeah. Shane Smith, what's up, Shane? How you doing, man? Who else did I miss? I saw Dave in there. Where's Dave? I don't judge Scott. Tommy says he doesn't judge. Recovery audit RDA. No shit, that's right. When am I doing a special on what, Dark Side? What do you got, buddy? My 2-year, I already did it. I did it yesterday. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, I'll tell you, man, and I'm going to be honest, and I'm not, like, trying to brag or anything, but I actually watched my episode yesterday, because I was just curious, and I don't really typically watch my episodes. I mean, I did in the beginning, because I was trying to fix things, and I was like, I got to figure out what the fuck is this, and, like, trying to get a routine down, but now I've done it so many times. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. I've done it so many times, it's kind of natural. I just don't really have to worry about it as much anymore. I don't feel like I do. I mean, obviously, I'm not getting, I'm not blowing up the YouTubes, but, I have my own style, and that's just the way it is. But I watched yesterday's episode, and I felt it was the best After the Shame I've ever done. I really did. I took some time, and I wrote down exactly what I wanted to say. And I thought a lot about it, more so than I normally do. A lot of times when I do my recovery shows, I just kind of talk from the heart, and I try not to make it scripted because as an addict and as an alcoholic, scripted doesn't work, and I think anybody who is one knows it doesn't work. If I can see through that normally, but yesterday I had some points and some information I really wanted to convey, and I felt like I got it out there, and I felt like I touched on everything I wanted to talk about. So if you didn't get a chance to watch yesterday's episode, take it out, and especially if you're in recovery, or you might think you want to be in recovery, or you have some family members who need to be. That's what I always say, I mean, those are the people it's for everybody, but, it's mostly for those 3 groups, and yeah, check it out, man. That humble pie, yeah, a lot of humble pie. You're goddamn right. Thank you, Tommy. Yeah, I'll tell you, man, 291. 287 was a week ago. 291. Thank you, Turbo. Thank you, Shane. 291. All right. I don't know if I think it'll update. By the time it uploads, I think it'll update. I hope. I don't know. It's good to eat some humble pie, Brian, right? It really is. And, I talked to some of you. I talked to Brian today and talked to some of you about it, a little bit about it, and just how supportive you guys are. I'm telling you, man, like, this whole experience of going through it and, like, having people that can relate to it, like, I've never, when I first was going to talk about my recovery, like, I was hesitant because putting it on the internet is something that you really got to think about it, because once it's out there, it's out there, and I didn't know how it would be received by everybody, really, but I'll tell you, I've never been so happy that I did something in my life. Just putting it out there, and not being ashamed of it, and just saying this is what I did, and there's things I won't talk about, of course, just like anything else, but for the majority, like, I talk about pretty much everything going on, Hey, what's up, Nick? Resentments are like kryptonite. Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you, yeah, I wish they would have dropped that airflow down. I really, really, really do wish they would have dropped that airflow down a little bit. I'm telling you, man, I'm just not side airflow, like direct side airflow, like that one. it just doesn't really do it for me. But the damn thing, I'll tell you, it is an absolutely gorgeously made RDA. It's gorgeous. I mean, they really did a fantastic job putting that RDA together. And I'll tell you, made in China, you can't tell. You can't tell at all. You know, Brian, it does. Thank you, Tracy. Brian, I think I don't know. It does. It does take a lot to put yourself out there, but at the same time, it's very rewarding. You know, I'm in for my own self. You know, I'll never lie and say I don't get some kind of self. So I don't get something from this that I do. True altruism. I'm not doing this just for you. I'm doing this for me too, and I get something from it. And I would never lie and be like, I'm just so great. I'm going to do everything for you. No, I get something from this, from doing that. I do, and if I didn't get anything from it, would I still do it? I don't know. Probably not. Probably not, man. And that's just me being honest. I don't know if I would. If it was painful for me to do it, like if I was doing it and like grit my teeth to do it, it's hard to do it that way. And that was the whole thing I'm talking about yesterday about like battle. I'm not in a fucking battle with my recovery. You know what I mean? It's a process. If it was a battle, I don't think I could win it. I tried and I couldn't. Nick said, I'm way too popular to say hi to everybody. I still say hi to everybody. Always say hi to everybody, Nick. I'm not as popular as you, though. I'm half as popular as Nick. Half. How many? You got 6,000 subs, don't you? I got 3,000. It's not growing. I don't know who I pissed off. I really don't, because my subs were growing like at a really great rate for like the last 2 months. All of a sudden, it's went straight line. I don't know who I pissed off. I pissed somebody off. The YouTube gods like aren't putting my videos out. Like, I don't know. Much love, Shane. Thank you, man. Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate it. Much love back, dude. He buys Mickey D's and booms. Nick. Yeah, drop. Yeah, what's up, Wheeler? How you doing, man? Yeah, we miss Yeti. Yeti was my brother. Yeti still is my brother. I haven't talked to him in a while. I should hit him up, man. I'll tell you, just keeping up with everything right now for me is a challenge. It's a challenge. I got a lot going on. Well, we all do. Yeah, it's keeping up with him. Oh, right on. He's okay. Good, Randy. Dealing with floods. Yeah, Oklahoma's been getting hammered with water. John Wright is in Oklahoma. I know he had some flooding, man. It's fucking crazy. Right. Whoever wants guns, you sell them cheap. Don't know why people are mad. I don't know either. I don't know if that was it. That might have been it, Nick. That's when it started. That's when the D-sub and all that shit started, when I did the fucking gun comment. I got the "Don't Tread on Me" hat. Maybe that's it. Maybe the "Don't Tread on Me" hat, they think I'm like some guy. I don't know. I just think it's a cool hat. I think it's a cool saying. Don't tread on me. Fucking snake on it. Fucking bite your ass. Why is he being such a sister then? Scott, I'm waiting for my wrench. Lady, you want a wrench? I'll give you a wrench. All I gotta do is ask. Wrench? Add moderator, you got it. All I gotta do is ask. You want a wrench? I can give you a Miss Lady. All right, so remember, I'm going to do the giveaway here in a minute, guys. We have a giveaway today. Now, to enter that giveaway, you need to go to Monday's episode and put in a number between 1 and 150 in the comments section of that episode. So go do that now. If you can, then you'll be entered. Fuck, they're missing out. Yep. Kenny, you want a wrench? You want a wrench? You get a fucking wrench. Oh, yeah. There you go. Kenny, you got a wrench. Tracy, you want a wrench? All right, this is the last one I'm doing. Sorry, guys. I can't keep it. Turn my whole chat blue. Woo! There you go. I almost hid you from the channel because it's like right above the... I've been awful. That I'd had to figure out how to get you off. I don't think I have anybody. Oh, I have a couple people hid. I have one guy hid. They're fucking dick. Go Browns, you goddamn right. Wrench him up. Rawhide. All right, Al. See you, buddy. Be good, man. All right, a couple more minutes. We'll do that giveaway, and then I'm getting out of here. I got a pork roast on, smelling fantastic when I came home. And then I got to go through. Hey, Al. How you doing, Al Ben? Good to see you. Adrian Daniels, what's up, man? Dog pound. A lot of people who love the Browns, but there's not many of us. Well, once they start winning, then you'll see like a lot of more Browns fans come out. And us like real Browns fans, like me and Adrian, we don't like this guys. I don't like the guys who like if you see my Browns gear, it's all like fucked up and old. Like all my Browns gear is old because I've had it forever. You know what I mean? You see the guys in the brand new brown shirts, like, yeah, Browns, man. Like, dude, get the fuck out of my face. Like, I've been a Browns fan this whole time. Don't start rooting for them now because they're good. That's the worst, dude. That is the worst, man. Or you go somewhere, like you go like to like, I don't know. Like I go to New Jersey, be like, hey man, Browns, yeah. I'm like, what do you mean Browns? You know, you don't root for the Browns. Stop that shit. I did meet one Browns fan in Jersey when I lived there. I did. He lived like down the street from me. He was a real Browns fan. He was like, I was wearing my Browns hat, and he's like, you like the Browns? I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm a fucking huge Browns fan. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. This is back in like 06 when they weren't very good. And yeah, I hung out with him. He got the NFL package. I used to go over his house and watch the games. It was pretty cool. 25 black. Okay, Brian. We can order them. We can get the... I don't know if we can get the 25 black. I can try. I'll look. I'll tell you what. I'll have to put a post up. And get a group. If I don't, then I have to pay like... The shipping's ridiculous. Shipping is ridiculous when you do it the way I do it. Can I take a shit, bro? Hey, Jennifer. How you doing, hon? Good to see you. Trolls don't do very well in here. Just like Nick's chat. Trolls come in here. We just get fucking hammered. Chris Mady. What's up, Chris? Go Blues. Now, did they win? Did they beat Boston? Or is it still going? I saw, I haven't been following it really. Now, Boston beat Columbus. Columbus almost beat them, man. Columbus almost beat them, but they ended up blowing it. 4.0 earthquake. I was Cleveland, I thought, had the earthquake. Not Cincinnati. They're sold out right now. Yeah, they're probably, yeah. They probably are. I don't know if we won't be able to get them. If they're not available on the website, then I can't get them. Because the guy that he basically offered them earlier, and I put that out, and nobody like bid on it really. And after that, they were gone. Finals tonight, Game 7. Wow. Thought maybe you knew a guy. No, the guy. I have an account rep there at Vapors Clouds. I love Vapors Clouds. They're fantastic. I actually just got Mr. Pebble. You're in here. I just got your package today, so I'll have that out on Saturday. I'm doing a big mail drop on Saturday. I'll have that out for you then. Oh no, we're waiting for the other. We're gonna wait for the other one. I'll talk to you about it. And I got a 30 mil gunmetal. Now, if you look on there, they do have the 30 mil, but I think only in gold. They don't have the black. Hey, Andrea, how you doing, hon? Great to see you. All right, 5:45. We're going to do the giveaway. Let's do it. So, let me go to Monday's episode. And then, pause that. How many entries we get this week? 21. Not bad. Entries are going down. Entries are going down. There's times where we get like 40 entries. Show. Let's go. I need some ratings. I need the ratings. Come on. I'm kidding. I don't really care anymore. I used to care a lot. I don't really care anymore because I got a good group of people that watch me, and that's all about much better than having a ton of people that watch me that are dicks. I'd much rather have a good group of people, even if it's smaller. You know what I mean? Not comparing myself to anybody, I'm just saying. All right, we're going to do a number between 1 and 150. Closest number without going over. You're going to be a winner. And you're going to get, whether you like it or not, you are going to get a set of coils from GTSC Mustang and a bottle of Cat's Whiskers. Now, I heard Cat's Whiskers leaked on some shirts when I sent out this week. I'm very, very upset about that. I think I'm going to put it in a bag. Put it in another bag. So it won't leak on anything. Although if it leaks on the coils, it doesn't really matter. You know, I mean, it's not going to hurt the coils. Yeah. All right, hold on. Random number generator. Let me grab it. Random number generator between 1 and 150. First number, 92. Second number, 66. And the third and final number is 61. 61er. 61er. Let's see. 67, 13, 99, 7, 20, 33, 42. I got two 42s. Does anybody beat 42? 57, Fabian. 57, Fabian. You're the winner. Didn't you just win, Fabian? You lucky SOB. Mr. Fabian, 57 is our winner. Congrats, Fabian. 57. Fabian, now, when you watch this, Fabian, contact me on Instagram. I'll get it out to you. I think I just sent you something. I'll send you this one. Oh, no, wait a minute. You probably won. I think you won the Shy Tots one. 57, Fabian. Hey, Kim. How are you, hon? Fabian. There we go. 57, Fabian. Congratulations. And it even put up the wrong picture. Did I change the picture out? I didn't. Did I not change the pic? I didn't change the picture? Oh, fuck. Hold on. I blew it. I fucking blew it. What happened to me today? Did I forget? I made a picture. It's a nice one. I'm going to change the thumbnail real quick. See if it'll let me do it. Hold on. Let's go here. Don't you love this? I just do it like live on camera. Just live. I'm just going to change it up. Don't worry about it. Sit back. Relax. Have a glass. Have a glass of iced tea. Relax. Take it easy. Won't hurt you. All right, let me see. Yep, there it is. There's a picture. It's a good one. I liked it. Report abuse. Fuck, I don't want to report abuse. God damn it. Download. Here we go. Open. Opening it. Then I'm going to save it. Then I'm going to post it. It's not opening. Oh, wait a minute. Open. There we go. It won't open. Oh, shit. There it is. Why does this have to be so fucking hard? Why are you so hard? Edit. Save a copy. And we're going to call it Axial. Axel Rose. Desktop. Close. Back here. Change thumbnail. There we go. Thumbnail update. Now I'm back in it. Everybody thought they were going to watch another Drop the Shame today. Fuck, I really blew that one. Son of a bitch. No wonder nobody fucking wanted. And fix Vape. I did, Addy. I fixed it. It says 291 now. Yeah, it's fixed. It'll update in a minute. You're getting old and forgot. Dude, I'm telling you, alcohol did a number on my brain. My brain does not work as well as it used to. I forget things all the time. Part of that is kind of good. Part of like not remembering stuff is kind of good for like some reasons, but it sucks like when I do shit like that. All right, guys, 5:50. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes back. Eventually get you straightened out. You're goddamn right, Wheeler. I hope so. Somebody's got to do it. All right, love you guys. Hope you guys have a fantastic night. You got a great shows on tonight, man. You got Heavy Metal Vapor and Johnny Drips on tonight. That's going to be a banging ass show. Beards and Nicotine. That is on. Oh, no, wait. Never heard of them. Never heard of them. That's on tonight. 9 o'clock. Then you got Golf Tea Vapes on at 10:30. I don't know if there's any. Nick, are you on tonight? I did vape at 5. Oh, I did vape at 5, number 291. I did that. It just hasn't changed yet. It hasn't saved it. But that's what it says. I'll change it and then title. I changed it on here. All right, guys. Love you guys. Hope you guys have a fantastic night. I will see you Monday. No, Thursday, Vape Hot Tub with Brittany from the Vape Wives. Vape Hot Tub Friday. Make sure you're tuned in for that. It's going to be fucking awesome later.